If you want to see how I made and used the sugar wax, then keep on watching. Welcome back to Ashley's Kitchen, where I create DIY products. So today I'm going to show you all how I created a DIY sugar wax. And I did it right here on the stove with just a couple of ingredients. I used water, white sugar, and lemon juice. So you can also replace the lemon juice with apple cider vinegar, but I decided to go with the vinegar or the lemon juice today. So I'll show you all how I created that, how I applied it to my upper lip. So I did make this specifically for my upper lip because I do tend to get hair on my upper lip, and normally I would shave, but I get ingrown hairs after I shave my upper lip, so I wanted to try something new. I have tried threading in the past as well, but it just gets very expensive because I do need it done every about 2 weeks, so sometimes even a week and a half. So I didn't want to wait for those appointments and then also spend all that money just on removing hair from my upper lip. So I decided I would create something on my own. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you all how I created this product. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is grab a medium-sized pot, put it on the stove, and then grab your ingredients. So the first thing I'm going to add to the pot is the 1 cup of white sugar, and I do not have the stove on right now, so you don't have to worry about anything burning here. And of course, I'm always trying to be safe first. So I'm going to pour the white sugar into the pot now, and then I'm going to grab 1/8 cup of lemon juice. And you'll see here that I'm actually grabbing a tablespoon here because 1/8 cup is equivalent to 2 tablespoons, and it's really hard to measure 1/8 on the measuring cup that I have, so I decided to use tablespoons instead, and it's the exact same thing. So adding the 2 tablespoons here, and then I will do the same thing with water. So you'll need 1/8 cup of warm water, and I am grabbing 2 tablespoons of warm water. And I still have not turned on the heat on the stove yet. So I'm going to mix it up first. So you want to mix it up, and then you want to bring the mixture to a boil over high heat. And as I was mixing this up, I started thinking about grits. I haven't had grits since I was a kid, but definitely starts looking like grits when you mix it up. So now I've turned my stove on to high heat, and you want to make sure that you are stirring frequently throughout the entire time to avoid burning. And you want to keep it on high heat until it comes to a boil. And it took about 10 minutes for it to start to boil. And then at that point, you want to reduce to medium heat and continue to stir frequently. So you want to keep stirring it and keep it on the burner until it turns a golden brown. So you can see here it's starting to turn brown, but once it reached this color, that's when I thought it could be almost done. But you do want it to be the thickness of hot syrup. You don't want it too thick, so if it starts to feel like honey, then you want to cook it a little bit longer. But I didn't think that this was thick enough, so I did keep it on for a couple more minutes. I continued to stir it frequently, even more frequently now because I didn't want it to burn. And here I am a few minutes later, where you can see that it is a little darker now and also a little thicker. So I thought at this point, it definitely is time to take it off of the eye and then put it in a bowl. So when you're pouring it into a bowl, you do want to make sure that it is in a bowl that you can heat later on, because if you do have some left over, then you will want to put a top on it and store it at room temperature. So I did pour it into this glass bowl, but I did wish that I put it into a different bowl that I can heat later on. And now you just want to let it sit and cool. So I'd set a timer for about 25 to 30 minutes. let it sit, and then you are ready to start using the product. I let it sit for 30 minutes and then I started to get like the camera ready and things like that. So I let it cool for a little bit too long and it wasn't as sticky in some places, but I pulled from the center of the mixture where it was still the warmest and it still worked for me. But next time I think I would stick to maybe a little under 30 minutes. But you can see the consistency here definitely looks like warm syrup and it is ready to sit and cool. And now it has cooled. You can see that it is definitely much thicker now. It is sticky and we are ready to apply it. But first I want to wash my face. So in order to make sure your face or whatever area you are going to wax is properly prepped, you do want to make sure it is clean, and then you can exfoliate as well. So here I'm using my African black soap, making sure that my face is very clean, and then I'm going to exfoliate. And this is a DIY face scrub that I made not too long ago. Very easy to do, only 2 ingredients. So if you're interested in how you can make that, then you can click on the link above. And I'll also include it in the description box as well. And then once you are done with that, you don't want to exfoliate the area too much. And I'm only going to do my upper lip here, but I decided to exfoliate my whole face. And then I'm just showing you all, I don't know if you can really see it, but there definitely is hair there. So I'm just trying to give you all the before, and then we're gonna go into applying the wax. So this is the wax now. And again, it is very sticky, so I'm going to grab some and you're going to see that it is a little bit messy as well. But I'm just grabbing a small amount, and this first time when I apply it well, but when I rip the wax off, I'm actually going in the wrong direction. So you'll see, although everything looks good and it did pull off a lot of hair, to get the best results, you do want to first apply the wax going in the same direction that the hair is growing. And then you want to pull the skin tight with the other hand and pull the wax off in a fast movement in the opposite direction. So what you're doing is pulling the wax in the opposite direction that your hair grows. And here again, I do it the wrong way, but it did pull out a lot of the hair. But when I did it the right way and I was pulling against the direction that the hair grows, it definitely pulled a lot more. And you can see from my face right there, it was a little painful. It wasn't as bad as threading, but it was a little painful. And there's definitely hair here. I know you cannot see it on the wax through the camera, but it pulled out a lot of the hair. So definitely is working, but I do want to show you all how you are actually supposed to do it. So I did do it. I went over the section a couple of times, one because I kept doing it in the wrong direction, but I also just really wanted to make sure that I was getting every piece of hair on my lip. So I think next time when I do this, it won't take me as long to actually get the hair off of my lip. But trial and error here, a lot of error, but it finally did get all of the hair off. So let's see here if I'm going to actually do this the right way or the wrong way. I cannot remember. So again here, yes. So you see I am pulling the skin tight, but again, I'm pulling the wax off in the wrong direction. And I don't usually get my eyebrows or anything waxed, so the filling is always so shocking to me when I pull it off. But again, it is not as painful as my face makes it seem. I'm just very dramatic. Okay, so I know for sure this is the time where I'm going to do it the right way. So applying it here again, I'm going to stretch the skin so it's tight. And then I am going to pull from the bottom up this time. But you do want your fingers and your hand to go parallel to the skin. So you don't want to pull away from your skin. You want to go in the same direction as your skin. And that time it definitely pulled off a lot more hair.
And that's why I was so happy, because I could tell that it works even better when you do it the right way. So I'm just gonna do that a couple of more times, and my upper lip will be completely clean. All right, so I am finally done now, and I want to show you all what the wax looks like now that it has cooled a lot and I have been pulling from it. And now you can see the results. So you can see here that my lip is a lot lighter than it was before, and there is no hair there. So it is looking really good. And now I'm going to rinse my face with warm water, let it air dry, and then add moisturizer. And that is it. And I am all done with this process.
So as you can see, I really enjoyed making this product. Using it was amazing. It was a tiny bit painful, but nowhere near as painful as getting my upper lip threaded. I think it worked very, very well, and I will continue to use this. So I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments if you plan to use this product, or if you have used it already, and if you make it at home. Please let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because I will be making tons of new products in my kitchen, so you won't want to miss out on those. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.